Are you facing trouble in speaking English? Is it difficult for you to speak continuously in English? I will tell you in this video how to handle speaking. Please subscribe our channel. Hello students, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, I will teach you how to speak in English fluently. So this video is for two types of students. Number one, who are learning English, and number two, for those who want to prepare for IELTS examination. So here are some tips in front of you. So we will have a look on them one by one. So number one tip is, do not hesitate. So many of us are graduated, post-graduated, or talking about the minimum level. You might have done your senior secondary education. So for those who are preparing for IELTS examination, they get stuck sometimes in between. Why is it so? Because they are becoming hesitant to speak in English. Why are we people hesitating while speaking in English? This is so because we have not used English much in our daily routine. Talking about foreigners, how they can speak English so fluently even without thinking, this is so because they are using it many of the times in their daily routine. So the main thing that we have to keep in mind while speaking English is to remove our hesitation. Tip number two is, do not worry about your grammatical mistakes. I am not saying that you can make grammatical mistakes, but the thing is, when you are at your initial stages, then you need not to worry about your grammatical things. I have seen many of the students, they are speaking right, but they get stuck in between because they think that they are speaking grammatically wrong. So if you are making grammatical mistakes, it is okay in your initial stages. When you will keep on practicing, you will yourself get to know that what mistakes you are making. But if you will stop speaking in your initial stages, then that would not be productive to you. Okay, so what you have to keep in your mind is, do not worry about grammatical mistakes. Point number three, try to speak in English in your daily routine. So why I am saying so to you again and again? Because it is very important. We have learned that practice makes a man perfect. So if I will say you that you have to practice more and more, you would put a pressure on your mind, and maybe that would turn a burden on your mind too. So what you can do to practice English is to use English in your daily routine. Once again, I am citing an example of foreigners. They never need to think about English. They speak whatever comes to their mind, and even they do not care that they are speaking grammatically correct or they are grammatically incorrect. So this thing applies to us too, because we do not use English on our daily basis, on our daily routine. So that is why we feel a bit hesitant, as well as we are not speaking English fluently. So if we will try to speak English in our daily routine, we would become fluent enough within 15 to 20 days. Tip number four, grasp new words of English and use them maximum number of times. So why am I saying that you need to grasp new words of English? Because we usually read new words of English on a daily basis. How I am saying so? Because we watch web series, we watch Hollywood movies, as well as we read some English stuff too. So if we will keep on grasping the things and we will use them in our daily routine, we will use those new words in our daily routine, we will get to know how to use that English words, plus our vocabulary would keep on adding. So this is the thing, that how you can speak in English fluently. Okay, so now I am presenting a topic in front of you. What we will do, we will think about the topic and then we will speak about that topic for 2 minutes in English language. So here is the topic in front of you. This is basically a cue card of IELTS examination. When a person or a student is going to appear in the IELTS examination, there is a test of speaking module in which this cue card type questions are included. So what is cue card? I am giving a recap for you people. So cue card is basically a topic that is given to you when you are appearing in the IELTS examination, IELTS speaking examination specifically. So this cue card is given to you. This is basically a topic about what you have to speak for 2 minutes and you will be given 1 minute to speak about this. So many of the students get confused, get stuck in between, feel hesitant about this. So I'm going to tell you how to handle such type of cue cards in your IELTS speaking test. So whenever a cue card is given to you, first of all, you have to read the question carefully. You have to read the statement carefully, what is being asked to you. So in IELTS speaking examination, you are never asked something that you don't have idea. It is always a common topic they are talking about. For example, here the statement is, describe a time when you found something that someone lost. So this is a common situation that we people face in our daily routine. So if you have not faced such a situation ever, so you can cook up a story. So there are many things that you can do while speaking for your cue card. So in cue card, you have to speak for 2 minutes continuously without stucking anywhere in your speaking. Okay, so when a cue card is given to you, 1 minute is allotted to you for your thinking period. So in that time, you have to think that what you are going to speak in your speaking examination, in your cue card speaking examination. So here are the questions that are given in front of you. So these are the questions that are usually given in your real speaking test too. These are just to provide you help that what can you speak in your test, but it is not necessary for you to cover all these questions, but it is good to cover all these questions because 2 minutes is a long time period when you speak in English, because English is not your native language and it takes a lot of effort for some students to speak in English. So what you have to do right here is to think about these questions carefully and then prepare your speaking topic, and I will let you know that how you can prepare for your speaking topic for your cue card when you are giving your speaking test for IELTS. You can cook up something, you can make something from your own side, because in IELTS examination your authenticity is not going to be checked. But one thing you have to keep in your mind, that whatever you are going to speak or whatever you are speaking, you should not contradict yourself. Okay, so once you have given the statement, take a stand for that statement. Okay, so now let us have a look on the next question, how you felt. Okay, so I felt a feeling of contentment. Okay, so what does contentment means? It basically means satisfaction. Okay, so now these are the answers for the questions that are given in the cue card. So now we are going to make sentences for this. So basically the thing is, when you are given a 1 minute, okay, so you have to think about all these questions at once, so that when you are speaking about this, so you may not get stuck in between. Okay, so now I am going to give you ideas that how you can speak in your speaking test. Okay, so we are going to start here. So you can say here that I remember it was 2 years back when I was returning from college or school. I am writing here for you, to the best of my recollection, which means as far as I remember, it was 2 years back when I was in my college and I was returning back to home from my college. On my daily route, I have to cross a market and on that day when I was crossing that market, I found a smartphone lying on the ground. Okay, so the basic thing is that you have to cover the questions demand, the first two questions in your first 2-3 lines, so that examiner gets to know that you are able to understand the question. Okay, so now we are moving on. Okay, I am going to give you next idea. That phone was ringing, and when I asked local people there, that if that phone was theirs, but no one agreed. So I decided to pick up the phone and give it to police. Okay, while I was going to police station, the phone was ringing again and again. So I decided to pick the call. Surprisingly, owner of that smartphone was calling. He just gave me his introduction and all of the sudden his phone got switched off and our contact was lost. So I, rather than going to police station, thought that I should talk to the owner on my own basis. So I went to my home, plugged his phone to charge, and switched on his phone. After 2 hours, I again received a call from the owner, and he told me that he by mistakenly dropped his phone in market. He also told me that he does not belong to my city, and he came here in my city for a business purpose. After telling his story, he requested me to return his phone to him, and I agreed to. Okay, so this is what we basically cooked up. This was again a whole story that I cooked up on my own. So now I am going to end this cue card, and I am going to tell the examiner that I returned that thing to the owner, and later on I felt contentment. Okay, next day I met him on a decided place in my city, and I returned his phone to him. He paid a huge gratitude to me, and even I felt a feeling of contentment inside me. So this was the time when I returned something that someone lost. Okay, so this is how you have to prepare for the thing. So now I am going to tell you that how I cooked up this whole story. So many of the times it happens to us that we have not faced such situation that is given to us in the examination. So what we have to do is basically think about an imagination, or we are going to describe about something that we have completely imagined, but your confidence should be strong enough that the examiner should not feel that you are lying or you are saying something that you haven't felt. Okay, so in your speaking test, once the cue card is given to you, you cannot change that. Okay, so you have to solve it. So what is the best thing of speaking for 2 minutes is to cook up a story. Okay, so you think about the things that are asked to you and build a story for yourself. So here I have written story for you, so you can have a look, and I am going to speak about this. Okay, so how we can start? To the best of my recollection. अगर मैं इसको हिंदी में बोलूँ, so मैं यहाँ पे क्या कहना चाह रही हूँ कि जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, it was 2 years back. ये 2 साल पहले की बात है. When I was in my college, जब मैं अपने कॉलेज में पढ़ती थी, and I was returning back to home from my college, और मैं अपने घर वापस आ रही थी कॉलेज से. On my daily route, I have to cross a market. मेरा जो डेली का रास्ता है उसमें मुझे मार्केट को क्रॉस करना होता है. And on that day when I was crossing that market, और उस दिन जिस दिन की मैं पहले बात करके आई हूँ, जब मैं अपनी मार्केट को क्रॉस कर रही थी, I found a smartphone lying on the ground. मैंने एक स्मार्टफोन को ज़मीन पे पड़ा हुआ देखा. That phone was ringing, और वो फ़ोन जो था वो बज रहा था. And when I asked the local people there that if that phone was theirs, तो मैंने जब लोगों से पूछा कि क्या ये फ़ोन आपका है, तो किसी ने भी हाँ नहीं कहा. So I decided to pick up the phone and give it to the police. So मैंने डिसाइड किया कि मैं उस फ़ोन को उठाऊंगी और पुलिस को दे के आऊँगी, ताकि जिसका वो फ़ोन हो वो उसको मिल जाए. ठीक है. While I was going to police station, जब मैं पुलिस स्टेशन जा रही थी, the phone was ringing again and again. So जो फ़ोन था वो बार बार बज रहा था. So I decided to pick up the call. So मैंने डिसाइड किया कि मैं उस कॉल को रिसीव करूँगी. Surprisingly, owner of that smartphone was calling. तो उस टाइम पे सरप्राइजिंगली उस स्मार्टफोन का ओनर ही कॉल कर रहा था अपने ही नंबर के ऊपर. ही जस्ट गेव मी हिज इंट्रोडक्शन. उसने मुझे अपनी इंट्रोडक्शन दी ही थी, एंड ऑल ऑफ अ सडन हिज फ़ोन गॉट स्विच्ड ऑफ, और उसका फ़ोन तभी बंद हो गया और हमारा कॉन्टैक्ट जो था वो लूज़ हो गया. ठीक है. सो आई रादर देन गोइंग टू पुलिस स्टेशन थॉट दैट आई शुड टॉक टू द ओनर ऑन माई ओन बेसिस. सो पुलिस स्टेशन जाने की बजाय मैंने सोचा कि मुझे खुद से ही उसके साथ बात करनी चाहिए. सो आई वेंट टू माई होम. मैं अपने घर गई. प्लग्ड हिज फ़ोन टू द चार्ज. उसका फ़ोन मैंने चार्जिंग पे लगाया. एंड स्विच्ड ऑन हिज फ़ोन. और उसके फ़ोन को स्विच ऑन किया. आफ्टर 2 hours, 2 घंटे के बाद, आई अगेन रिसीव्ड अ कॉल फ्रॉम द ओनर. मैंने फिर से ओनर से कॉल को रिसीव किया. एंड ही टोल्ड मी दैट ही बाय मिस्टेकनली ड्रॉप्ड हिज फ़ोन इन द मार्केट. कि उसने बाय मिस्टेक जो है फ़ोन गिरा दिया था मार्केट के अंदर. ही ऑल्सो टोल्ड मी दैट ही डज़ नॉट बिलोंग टू माई सिटी. उसने मुझे बताया कि वो मेरी सिटी से बिलोंग नहीं करता. एंड ही केम हियर फॉर इन माई सिटी फॉर अ बिज़नेस पर्पज़. और वो किसी बिज़नेस पर्पज़ के लिए मेरे शहर के अंदर आया था. आफ्टर टेलिंग हिज स्टोरी, ही रिक्वेस्टेड मी टू रिटर्न हिज फ़ोन टू हिम. उसने मुझे रिक्वेस्ट किया कि मैं उसका फ़ोन उसको रिटर्न कर दूँ. आई अग्रीड टू. मैं भी उससे सहमत हो गई. नेक्स्ट डे आई मेट हिम ऑन अ डिसाइडेड प्लेस. अगले दिन मैं उससे एक जगह पे मिली जो हमने डिसाइड की थी. वो मेरी ही सिटी में थी, इन माई सिटी. एंड आई रिटर्न हिज फ़ोन टू हिम. और मैंने उसका फ़ोन उसको वापस कर दिया. ही पेड अ ह्यूज ग्रैटिट्यूड टू मी. उसने मेरा बहुत थैंक्स किया. एंड इवन आई फेल्ट अ फीलिंग ऑफ कंटेंटमेंट. और मुझे भी संतुष्टि की फीलिंग आई इनसाइड मी, मेरे अंदर से. सो दिस वॉज द टाइम when I returned something that someone lost. सो इस तरह मैंने वो चीज़ को वापस किया जो मुझे मिली और किसी ने जो है उस चीज़ को खोया था. ठीक है. सो इसमें बहुत सारा जो कंटेंट था वो मैंने खुद से ही बनाया था। सो इन अ सिमिलर वे आपको भी अपनी स्पीकिंग के अंदर, अपनी क्यू कार्ड के अंदर कई बार कुछ ऐसी स्टोरी बनानी पड़ सकती है ताकि आपका कंटेंट जो है वो बढ़ जाए और आप बीच में स्टक ना हो जाओ। Okay, so for those who are learning English and they are beginners, for them this is a tip that you have to keep on practicing on these topics. ओके सो आप क्या करो, आप एक टॉपिक को ले लो, उसको प्रिपेयर करो एंड देन उसको रिसाइट करके देखो, उसको खुद से बोल के देखो, ठीक है। फिर धीरे धीरे जो है आपको प्रैक्टिस के साथ अपना टाइम कवरेज भी आ जाएगा, आप बीच में स्टक भी नहीं करोगे, आपका फ्लो भी बन जाएगा। Okay, so students, this is the end of today's lesson. I will see you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned, stay safe at your home, and please like our video too. Thank you so much.